Okay, beautiful people, let's come to sit. If you can, if your body is receptive to a virasana, you can start by standing on your shins, move your heels to the side, draw the calf flesh away and sit between your heels. If that's not good, if that's not good for your knees, if that just doesn't feel good or you don't have adequate support, cross your ankles and be, or cross your shins and be happy with that. Yeah, go ahead and roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Maybe turn your head a little side to side or roll it around a couple of times. Just kind of make contact with your body in a way where you're not demanding much from it, but maybe listening to it. Feel where they're just, yeah, what it has to say. I love the possibility that the body is communicating with the mind or with the intellect. The body is communicating through sensation. And so you get to recognize you're in a relationship with your body and you probably do most of the talking. So during your yoga practice, this could be when you do more of the listening. Let it be like active listening. You can start with your palms turned down or your palms turned up. It's not arbitrary, but it's tailored. You decide which feels intrinsically cozier, which gives you a feeling that you're seeking. And then close your eyes if that's okay. And again, like you're communing with your body. Bring your full attention to the breath. They say the breath is the doorway between the body and the mind. Or the breath is the doorway between the conscious and the unconscious aspects of being. And so in this way, the breath is a language also. Come to really decode this secret language. And see, just notice inside if there are pockets where there's like tension or squishness, where there's like a squeeze or a drawing in. And without forcing or bullying your body in any way, feel like you can just start to let them go. Just start to release them. Maybe every inhale you feel like you puff up any fingerprints that the day has left around your ribs. And exhale, release. Bring your hands into prayer and lift your heart and bow your head. Chanting the sound of Om is kind of interesting maybe on your own. Maybe you never liked it, or not hearing your classmates' voices, that could make you miss something. Chanting the sound of Om is always optional, of course, but I'll invite you, if it's meaningful for you, to really check in with the vibration of Om. Debbie started by saying everything is circles and cycles, and the Om represents a cycle, a continuous cycle of life, the continuous process of creation, sustenance, and dissolution, all supported by something that is eternal. So stepping into the cycle of life, into the pulse of creativity, the eternal dance of impermanence, of change. If you'd like, we'll chant the sound of Om. Let's chant it just one time together. Inhale. Release your hands down. Let's practice a round of Kapalabhati, rapid successive exhalations through the nostrils, breathing through the nostrils, pumping the belly. Not if you're pregnant, have uncontrolled high blood pressure, tachycardia, hiatal hernia. Breathe naturally. You might like a tissue. Hopefully you have one close by. Inhale, the belly comes forward. Exhale, draw the belly back. Inhale just about halfway. Begin pumping the diaphragm. Keep doing that. Lift up through your ears. Soften down through your shoulders. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Maybe dissipating unsaid words, the things you didn't have a chance to process, just from the top, from the weekend, not from 2 years ago. Kind of stirring the pot, getting what's off the surface, so maybe as we practice, you could get a little bit deeper. Start to slow down this first round. And exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale deeply and fully, expand in all directions. Exhale, release that breath. And feel it. I love that we don't have to love everything that happens on the yoga mat. Like, you love practicing yoga, but along the way, there will be things that annoy you or irritate you or that you just don't like. Welcome your total experience. Don't sugarcoat it. Yeah, let's practice the second round of Kapalabhati. So inhale, the belly swells. Exhale, the belly comes back. Inhale, just about halfway. Begin pumping. Bringing into balance the forces of inhale and exhale. And also warming the body internally, preparing it for asana. I think the breath gets a lot of lip service in yoga, and when the classes got shorter, breath exercises got eliminated. And yet 2 minutes or 3 minutes of a breath exercise can profoundly shift the whole practice. That's my premise and that's my experience. So just lean into that yourself, be curious. Start to slow it down. And exhale, exhale. Release your hand from your belly if that's where it has been. And breathe. Start to cultivate Ujjayi breathing, a lightly aspirated, whisper-like sound. Let that breath sustain every movement, initiate every movement. Let that breath be the sacred thread that stitches all of you back together. You can keep your eyes closed if you like, or allow them to open. Inhale, your arms sweep up alongside your ears. Hold the right wrist with the left hand and tilt over to the left side. Really draw the arm with you so you get a lot of length on the whole side body. Integrate the arm bones. Maybe you can lean a little bit more. Feel how the left ribs swivel toward the top of your mat. Inhale, come back up to center. Bend the right elbow and bring your left hand onto that elbow. So your left hand draws the right elbow behind the head. Maybe you can press your head back into your elbow. See if you can do that without flaring the front ribs. So the right elbow behind the head might tilt lightly back. Go ahead and lean again to the left. Soften the neck, soften the jaw, lean a little more. And even lean a little bit more. You might feel the interior border of your right shoulder blade. And inhale, come back, stretch both arms up alongside your ears. Hold the left wrist with the right hand and tilt to the right side. Integrate the arm bones. Lean a little bit more. Feel how the whole side body opens. Plug in the upper arm, soften the face. So interesting to notice how your body uses stabilizing muscles, like your right thigh just activated. But then there are like armoring muscles. See if you can find the difference. Inhale, come back up. Bend your left elbow. Maybe the right hand finds the elbow, draws it a little more to center. Maybe your head can press back in space. Draw the navel to the spine. Feel the ribs and the hips stitched together in the front of the body, and go ahead and lean again to the right. Maybe you can lean a little bit more. So the stabilizing muscles where the body engages to keep you in position, and then the defensive muscles, the activating armor that might not be necessary. Inhale, come back up, stretch both arms to the sky. Let's find an easy twist to the right. Right hand, maybe it finds the ground, maybe it finds your low back. The left hand finds the right thigh. Feel really tall through the spine. Fluff open your armpits, peek all the way over the right shoulder. Notice where the breath is, send it through the ribs, into the lungs. Stay here, inhale. And twist a little deeper, exhale. Come back to center, inhale, arms up alongside your ears, and a simple twist to the right. Right hand might find the left thigh, left hand might find the ground or find the low back. Imagine your heart was like the sun. Feel that luminosity, that warmth, and feel the sun of your heart rising. Feel the collarbones expand. Stay here, inhale. Maybe twist a little deeper, exhale. Back to center, inhale, arms up alongside your ears. Hands through prayer, release them down. It might feel nice just to shake your hands, shake your wrists, shake your elbows. If you want to, you can kind of tilt your face up to the sky, maybe squish your face in, tiny little itty bitty mouse face, and then stick out your tongue, roll your eyes, go blah, stretch out your lip. You might giggle, and that's always good too. And then just pause and feel. So feel that vitality. Your aliveness is not a concept. It is your most valuable resource. Really feel your life while you have it. Let's climb up onto hands and knees. It might feel good to stretch one foot back at a time. Drive the heel back in space, and then change sides. And then here, with your wrists beneath your armpits and your knees beneath your hips, inhale to lift the tailbone, soften the belly. Expand the collarbones, lift up your face. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone, hollow the abdomen, press into the floor, drop the chin. Inhale, lift the sitting bones, soften the belly, broaden the collarbones, lift up your face. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, hollow the abdomen, press into the floor, drop the chin. Sink the belly, open the collarbones, lift up your face. Tuck your tailbone, hollow out, press into the floor, drop the chin. Sink the belly, open the collarbones, lift your face, tuck your toes under. Shift your sitting bones to meet your heels. Get the outside edges of your feet straight up and down, parallel to each other, and walk your hands a handprint away from you. Press into the hands, pull the upper arm bones back into your sockets, release your forehead toward the floor. Roll your triceps down toward the ground, and really root between the index finger and the thumb. From here, pull yourself forward. Find a shift over a little bit, like peeking over a cliff. And exhale, bend your elbows, plunge the chest forward and down, chin to the floor. So roll your shoulders up and back, narrow your elbows towards each other. This is Ashta Pranam. 8-point prayer pose. Press into the hands, slither forward, find a small cobra. Point your toes. Feel like your toe tips lengthen toward the wall behind you. You might even feel your kneecaps engage. The pubic bone grounds. Shrug the shoulders. Let's find a small cobra. And then exhale, roll down, forehead toward the mat. Chin to throat. Inhale, come back up. Small cobra, maybe a little higher. And then exhale, slither back down. Chin to throat. Inhale, find a small cobra, maybe a little higher. Roll the shoulders, elbows in. Exhale, slither down. Inhale, roll up, find your small cobra, and then lift your hands off the ground. Roll your shoulders, elbows towards each other. Don't squeeze the buttocks. So tops of the feet press down, kneecaps lift. Tuck your chin in. Go ahead and sweep your arms alongside your body. Roll the chest open, lift your chest a little higher. Tops of the feet stay down. If it feels interesting, bring your arms out like you're out to a T. Tuck in your chin, lift your heart. If you like, bring your arms in front of you. Keep the tops of the feet down. See if the arm bones can frame the ears. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Let's tuck the toes. Shift through hands and knees, lift up, find downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet a few times. Wiggle your hips to find time for a clothing adjustment. And do all you can to stay really present. When you're in your own space, there's so many other things that could pull your focus. So just keep coming back to yourself. Inhale, travel forward, find a high plank pose. Exhale, descend your knees, your chest, your chin, Ashta Pranam. Slide to your belly, small cobra, point your feet, relax the buttocks. Let's come back to hands and knees. Bring your right hand just a little forward of your right armpit. Stretch your left leg long, bring your left foot to the ground. And then go ahead and lift your left arm up. So you're in like a, sort of like a side plank. So your right hand is down, yeah, collarbones wide. You can stay here or maybe lift your left foot off the floor. Flex the left foot. See if you could cinch your hip points closer together. Draw your navel to your spine. I forgot something. Release your left foot back down and go ahead and windmill this left arm. So make great big circles, roll your wrist too. Go in one direction, go in the other direction. If it feels good to kind of go side to side, do that. Don't hold your neck rigid. Okay, now lift your left arm up. Engage the abdomen, lift your left foot up, flex the foot. Okay, you could stay right here. Or maybe you see about bending the left knee and see if the left hand could find that left foot. And press the foot back behind you, beam your heart up to the sky. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring the left knee back to the ground. Slide the left arm behind the right arm. Come to that thread the needle twist. Yeah, so your left arm shifts forward, you got it. Move the right hand to the right a little bit so your right wrist is beneath your elbow. Press into the floor with the right hand. See if you can shimmy your right butt cheek toward the wall behind you. Peek over your right shoulder. Inhale, if you like, reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Swim the arm around behind you, find the left hip, and lengthen that right armpit out of the hip point. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale, lift the right arm back up, hand to the ground, come back to hands and knees. So your left hand can come a little forward of your armpit, stretch the right leg back, right foot to the ground. Go ahead and come up into a side plank variation. Reach up through the right fingers, broaden the collarbones, zip up through the core, and go ahead and windmill the arm. So roll it in one direction and go in the other direction. And maybe side to side. And then lift the right arm up and see about lifting the right foot off the floor. So flex the foot, a lot like a half moon pose. You could stay here, or maybe you bend that lifted knee, capture the foot, press the foot behind you, a lot like that pose called Chapasana or sugar cane pose. Press the foot back, roll the chest to the sky. Yeah, steady through the abdomen. Effort is much more important than achievement. Go ahead, release the foot if you've got it. Bring the right knee down. Thread the right arm behind the left wrist. Bring the right side of the head to the floor. Move your left hand to the left a little. Press into the hand. Draw your left hip back. Inhale your left arm out to the side and up to the sky. Drift the arm around behind you. Maybe you find the right hip or thigh. And then keep lengthening the side body. Keep lifting the heart. The heart still like the sun at dawn. Broaden the collarbones. Inhale the left arm up to the ceiling. Left hand to the ground. Come back onto hands and knees. Let's tuck the toes under. Lift the hips to the sky. Find downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Wiggle your hips. Yeah, let's inhale the right leg off of the ground. Yeah, bend that right knee, circle the thigh around a few times. Great big circles, as big as you can. Get really curious. The more you move the right thigh around, the more you'll feel your left inner thigh. Stretch the right leg, face the floor with the toes. Exhale, step the right foot by the right thumb. Drive your left heel back in space. Climb your hands to your front knee. And see if you can lift up the belly, lift up the hip points. Lift your arms up alongside your ears. Hold the left wrist with the right hand and tilt over to the right side. Really feel the tugging in your psoas muscle, the attachment on the inner spine. Yeah, right shin forward, left heel back. Come back up. Let the palms face each other. Let the pinky fingers wrap in, the triceps wrap in. Beam your heart up to the sky. Right shin forward, left heel back, lift your heart. Let's see how softly you can release your left knee down. Keep sinking the top of the left thigh forward. Keep pressing into the right foot and arc your way up and back. Go ahead and swim your arms behind you. Lace your hands. Shrug the shoulders, knuckles down, thumbs peel back. Keep sinking the left thigh, press into the foot, lift the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and release your hands to the ground. Tuck your left toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Travel forward, high plank pose. Breathe in. At least one more time. The knees, the chest, the chin descend. Slither forward. Small cobra. Neck is soft and easy. Head down, hips high. Downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the left leg off of the floor. Keep rooting the standing heel as you bend the lifted knee and circle that thigh. See if you can keep your shoulders easy. Stretch the left leg long. Exhale, step the left foot by the left thumb. Drive the right heel back and stand your torso tall. Bring your hands to your front knee. Lift up, see if you can pick up the hips, zip up through the pelvic floor, lift both arms up by your ears. Hold the right wrist with the left hand and lean to the left. Draw the navel to the spine, lengthen the tail as much as you can. Soften the shoulders. Inhale, come back up. The pinky fingers, the triceps wrap in, arm bones frame the ears. Keep the neck long and arc your heart up to the sky. Driving the right heel back, super slow motion, gently release the right knee to the ground. Keep sinking the top of the thigh, arc up and back. Maybe swim your arms around behind you. Lace the hands, press the palms, puff the chest. Relax your jaw, keep sinking the top of that right thigh. This right hip swivels in toward the navel. Both hips up toward the armpit. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back, downward facing dog. Now, in a moment, we'll come to high plank, and there will be an opportunity to practice Chaturanga Dandasana. Chaturanga is like a low plank. Instead of the elbows going wide, the elbows snug in. When you lower, see if you can have your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, the same height as your ribs. You can always continue with Ashta Pranam. Inhale, come forward, high plank pose. Exhale, your choice, Chaturanga Dandasana or Ashta Pranam. Over the toes, point the feet, fluff the armpits, up dog or small cobra. Head down, gaze navel, hips high, downward facing dog. Gorgeous. So I love the idea that your yoga practice could fill your internal well, your energetic well, and it could also not deplete you, not cost you energy. So as we make choices through the practice, keep choosing what will serve you, what will replenish you, nourish you, not what will deplete you. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look past your hands. You might step, hop, or walk forward. With a long spine, gorgeous. Reach the heart forward. Fold in half. Just a few breaths. Having the feet separated will make it a little easier, especially early. Yeah, hug the thigh muscles onto the bones and tip your sitting bones up to the sky. Relax your chin, relax the base of your neck. Maybe sway a little bit from side to side. Inhale here. And exhale, sigh. Release what you're holding on to. Soft knees, heavy head. Roll up to standing. Find your Tadasana, arms alongside your body. Rooting down, lifting up, feel zipped up through the center. Like your inner thighs roll in and back, your pelvic floor rises. Your tailbone reaches down. See if you can unclench the buttocks. Fan the collarbones wide, lift the ear tips to the sky. Distribute the weight evenly between the four corners of each foot and close your eyes if it feels okay. Lift up through the ear tips, soften down through the shoulder tops. Feel the vitality, feel your life revealed to you through sensation in your body. Open your eyes, inhale your arms, sweep out and up, press your palms, gaze lifts, trace the midline of the body. Exhale, fold deeply in half. Halfway up, long spine, soft neck, open heart. Step or hop back, exhale with or without your knees. Over the toes, inhale up dog or small cobra. Head down, hips high, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in and out. Rise to the balls of your feet. Breathe in. Knees bend, gaze past your hands. Step, hop, or walk forward. Long spine, thigh bones back. Exhale, gorgeous, fold in half. Inhale, your arms sweep out and up. Press your palms, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands into prayer. Inhale, your arms sweep out and up, press your palms, lift your gaze. Trace the midline of the body, fold deeply in half. Long spine, halfway up, soft neck, step or hop back, exhale with or without your knees, lower down. Fan the collarbones, point the feet, open the chest, head down, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a high plank pose and breathe in plank. Breathe in plank pose. So your tailbone reaches back, your upper arms roll open. Keep your neck easy. Relax your jaw. If you want to, you could lift the right foot off the floor a couple of inches, place it down. Left foot up and down, right foot up and down, left foot up and down. Do that a couple of times. I think it's mostly a distraction. And then bring both feet on the floor. Bring both knees to the floor. Bring both elbows to the floor and interlace your fingers like a headstand. Let's go ahead and press back so the armpits open toward the floor, and then drag yourself forward, chin forward of the thumbs. Press back, armpits open, drag yourself forward. You can do that a few times with your knees on the floor. I find it real helpful for opening the shoulders. If you want, you could do it from dolphin with your legs long. So you could inhale and bring your chin forward of your thumbs and exhale, press back. And do that a couple of times. And then the next time you come forward, stay forward, come to a forearm plank. So forearm plank, yeah, gorgeous. Your heels reach back, your tailbone lengthens back. Come a little more forward with your chest if you can. If you want to lift one foot off the floor, a couple of breaths, do it that way. Replace that foot down, change sides. Yeah, bring both knees to the floor. Find a child's pose just for a moment. Remember that you can come here anytime you like and stay as long as you like. Go ahead and roll up, lift your torso. Let's shift to one side, bring the feet forward. So your feet are on the floor, your arms are alongside your body. See if you can stay a little bit up onto your sitting bones. Lift your feet off the floor. So your feet are pointing, your shins are parallel to the floor. You can stay here. You could hold your thighs. You could lengthen your legs, maybe holding your thighs, maybe not. Lift the chest, keep the neck easy. Gorgeous, lovely. Lace your hands on the base of your skull, lower down about halfway. Lower your torso to the floor, keep your head and shoulders off the floor, lift your legs to the sky. Your head and shoulders stay off the floor. See if you can press your feet straight up to the ceiling as you exhale, and then inhale your hips back down. Exhale, hips up, and inhale down. Exhale, up, down, up, down, up, down. Go up, stay up if you can. Keep your neck easy. Exhale, head and shoulders down. Draw your knees towards your belly. Go ahead and rock up. So rock on your spine. Maybe you come onto your feet and rock back. Come onto your feet and rock back. Maybe you come onto your feet and come to a standing forward bend. Make your way in that direction, however much momentum is required. Folding in half here, let's inhale, sweep the arms out and up, press your palms, lift your gaze. Exhale your hands into prayer. Let's inhale to bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana. Utkatasana. Now, see if you can pour weight into your right foot and pick your left foot up. See if you can cross your left ankle onto your right knee. Maybe even flex that left foot. Maybe you can sit a little lower and lift up through your arms. Now, having engaged your abdomen, having fired up the core, having kind of become in touch with it, really see if you could draw the hip points towards each other, the navel to the spine. Pour weight into the right foot, rise up, draw this left knee towards your belly. We're heading into a warrior three. Your arms might stay in front of you, they might come alongside your body. Come into a warrior three. So your left toes face down, your left hip faces down. See if you can open up the collarbones. Maybe even still, core strengthening is helpful. As you're ready, start to soften the right knee, land in a high lunge, inhale. Hands to the ground, exhale. You could go right to downward dog or move through a vinyasa. If you lower down, lift up, head down, hips high. Inhale the right leg off of the ground. Exhale the right foot by the right thumb, turn the left heel down, face forward, rise up for warrior one. Be specific with your foot pattern. Your heels might line up, or you might have a little width between your feet. That little width could help your left rib cage and shoulder square forward. It's a squaring, not a square. So the left hip pivots forward as the left outer heel grounds down. Lift up through your fingers. Lift up through your pelvic floor. Lift up through your pubic bone. And exhale, hands through prayer. Spin to face the long left side of the mat. Find warrior two. Virabhadrasana two. Yeah, shoulders down, ear tips up. Bend your knee deeper. Aim for 90 degrees. Gorgeous, yes, and feel your left inner thigh pull back. And even here, zip up through the center. Let's inhale, straighten the front leg, arms up by your ears, turn the right toes forward. Not forward, turn your right toes toward the left side of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips, beam your heart to the sky. Exhale, fold in half. Find Prasarita Padottanasana A. Bring your hands to the floor. A wide angle standing forward bend. Maybe your fingertips can line up with your toe tips. Your hands are shoulder width distance apart. Lift up through your sitting bones, hug on through your thigh muscles and press back through your thigh bones. Gorgeous, lovely. Keep lifting up through your sitting bones, especially if your hamstring feels a little vulnerable. Hug the muscles onto the bones. Let's inhale halfway up. Take your big toes. See if your fingers can reach out to bind big toe lock. If you can't quite reach your toes, then go ahead and reach your ankles or your shins. Halfway up here, long spine, and again, fold in half. If your head easily touches, narrow your feet a little, give your spine room to grow. If your head almost touches and you'd like to make contact, maybe a block under the crown of the head could stimulate. Lovely. Inhale about halfway up. Exhale, hands to hips. Come all the way up to standing and expand back into warrior two. Back into warrior two. Let's flip the right palm to the ceiling. Inhale, stretch up and back. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Really plug the thigh bone in and glorify the side stretch. Inhale, let the right fingers tip the torso forward. Feel your right sitting bone cut under toward your left thigh. Bring the right hand down, lift the left arm up, finding Uttita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Gorgeous. Fall back a little bit so the back of your head and the base of your spine are on the same vertical plane. Roll your upper chest open. Tuck in your chin. And get both upper arms to roll open. Let's head into Ardha Chandrasana. So bring your left hand to your hip. Let your right hand touch something. Maybe it's your shin, maybe it's a block or the floor. With your right hand down, skip your back foot in a little closer. That's just to prepare. Bring your right hand a foot forward of the foot, not in line with the foot. So your right hand is to the right. Pour weight into the right hand, the right foot. Sail the left leg high. Stack the left hip. Roll the right ribs around and liberate the left arm anytime you feel steady. Drive the heel back, crown of the head forward. Feel luminous here. Feel pearly. Feel exquisite. Stay or bend your lifted knee and capture that foot with your lifted hand. So half moon pose, or maybe coming into Chapasana, pressing the foot back, spinning the chest around. Let's inhale. Exhale back into warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, frame the front foot with your hands, pause. Spin your back heel up. Walk your hands a little bit forward and come into a standing split. So your right leg is to the sky. See if you can pivot the left hip in a little bit. Maybe your hands walk back, fingers line up with toes. If the right hand wants to find the shin, do it. Draw your torso forward, squeeze the thigh bone. Maybe both hands find your ankle. Inhale. Hands to the floor, left foot next to right foot, fold in half. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, sweep your arms. Exhale to stand, hands in prayer. Completing that chapter. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, sweep your arms. Pour weight into your left foot. Pick up the right foot. Cross the right ankle onto the left knee and flex that foot. Go ahead and sit a little lower and lift up a little higher. Feel the outer hip opening. Soft face, soft jaw. Now engage your abdomen. Rise up, draw the right knee toward the belly. Picture warrior three. Arms can stay by your ears or come alongside your body. Tilt your torso into a Virabhadrasana 3. Your right hip down, your right inner thigh up. Inner heel back, crown of the head forward. Feel the stabilizing muscles of the outer, the glutes. And see if you could relax your jaw, relax your shoulder. Go ahead and soften the left knee, land in a high lunge. Inhale. Hands to the ground, your choice, right to down dog or through a vinyasa. If you lower, wait for the in-breath, gorgeous. Shift up and back, downward dog. Nice. Inhale, stretch the left leg off of the floor. Exhale, left foot by left thumb, right heel turns down. Face forward, rise up, find warrior one. Heel to heel or space between your feet. Front knee bending, arms up. Wrap the right shoulder, rib cage forward, the inner thigh back. Really root the right outer heel. Feel so powerful with that right outer heel. In fact, from there, bend your left knee deeper. And from that depth, lift your fingers higher. Feel the body is connected. Hands through prayer, exhale, open out, find warrior two. Tops of the shoulders down. Still, even here, lift up the pubic bone and lengthen the tailbone. So just notice if you've got like a sway back, and maybe you could integrate a bit more through the front. Yeah, arms out to a T. Gaze toward the middle finger of the left hand, lovely. Beautiful. Flip the left palm to the sky, stretch up and back. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Plug the thigh bone in. We'll head into triangle pose. Inhale, the left fingers tip you forward. Left arm down, right arm up. Tuck in your chin, fall back on your shoulder blades. Ground, feel this right hip, anchor the right heel. And from that root, reach the crown of the head forward. And from that length, spin the left ribs around. And bring the right hand to the hip. Bend the left knee a little. Place your left hand on something. When the left hand is down, you can skip the back foot in a little closer and feel steady. We'll step the left hand about a foot forward of the left foot to the left of it and head into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So flex through the right foot. Swivel the right ribs around, maybe liberate the right arm. The thumb could stack above the mouth. Really press the right heel back, stretch the crown forward, spin the ribs, stay here, or bend the lifted knee. Capture that foot, press the foot around behind you. Gorgeous. Inhale. Release the foot. Exhale, warrior two. Back to warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, hands frame the front foot, pause. The right heel lifts up. Walk your hands forward and launch up into a standing split. Instead of the right hip flaring out, could you spin it in a little? Maybe you'll feel your hamstrings a little more. Squeeze the thigh muscles, maybe fingertips line up with toes. Maybe the left hand captures the ankle. Maybe the right hand does. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, right foot to the floor, standing forward bend. Inhale to bend your knees, sink your hips, sweep your arms. Exhale to stand, hands in prayer. Bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the arms. Pour weight into the right foot, engage the abdomen, cross the left ankle onto the right knee. See if you could sit a little lower, lift your arms a little higher, or maybe pitch a little bit forward. Get your elbows onto your shin. I like even pressing the elbows into the shin and lengthening the heart forward a little. Yeah, but I don't get out much. Pour weight into that right foot, engage your abdomen, rise back up, left knee toward the belly. We'll head into warrior three again, arms where you like them, maybe alongside your ear, maybe alongside your body. Left toes down. Left hip point slightly down. Left inner heel back. Start to soften the right knee, land in a high lunge. We're heading into a twist here. Your left knee could stay up the whole time or soften down, maybe to lift again. Exhale, hook the left elbow outside of the right thigh. Bring your hands into prayer. If the back knee is down, you're welcome to lift it again if that feels right. Spin the bottom ribs, lift the heart, and really breathe. Feel the breath massaging your body, your inner body. Yeah, if there's some variation that feels appealing, help yourself. Open the chest. Inhale. Exhale, both hands frame this front foot. Let's walk the right foot toward the left wrist. Plant the right shin on the floor. Raja Kapotasana. Tuck your left toes under. Drive the left heel back. See if you can line that left heel up with the sitting bone. Lift your heart and exhale, come forward. Feeling your right outer hip. Letting the left hip melt down toward the floor. Raja Kapotasana. Sometimes called pigeon pose. Yeah. Good. There you go. Lovely. Relax your neck. Keep the breath deep. Walk your hands under your armpits, lift the torso. Exhale, downward dog. You could split the right leg if you like. Bend the knee, roll it around. If you love and never get enough chances to try a flip your dog, take the right foot, bring it to the ground on the left of the mat. See if you can lengthen your legs. Maybe the one knee stays bent. Lift the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, back, downward dog, split the right leg to the sky. Exhale, the right foot by the right thumb. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot by left thumb. Fold in half. Bend your knees, sink your hips, sweep your arms. Exhale to stand, completing that chapter. Don't put the book down. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, sweep your arms. Pour weight into the left foot. Cinch up through the abdomen. Cross the right ankle onto the left knee. Flex the foot. Your arms can be up. Or maybe it's interesting to hinge forward. Get your elbows on your shin. Lengthen the front of the spine. Still engaging through the abdomen, relaxing the face. Curious about stabilizing muscles versus armoring defenses. Ground into the left foot, engage the abdomen, rise up, knee to belly. Arms by the ears or alongside your body. Tip yourself forward and back, coming into warrior three. Inner right thigh rolls up to the sky. Maybe the abdomen could engage to help you out here. Soften the left knee, land in a high lunge. And we'll twist, so the right knee could be up or down. Exhale, hook the right elbow, squeeze the bottom ribs around, hands to prayer. Maybe the back heel presses back. Parivrita Parsava Konasana. Could you soften your neck? Even here, could you find your heart like the sun rising? Sure, any variations with your arms. Keep going, yes, lovely. The underside of the back knee up. Inhale. Frame the front foot with both hands. Walk the left foot toward the right wrist. Get your shin, your ankle, your knee to ground. Walk your hands in and then extend your arms forward. Raja Kapotasana. Is there anything you could soften or release? Walk your hands under your armpits, press down, lift your torso. Exhale, downward dog. You can split the left leg, bend the knee, roll it around. If you want to, let this left foot come to the floor, maybe on the outside of the right side of the mat, and then pour weight into the right hand. Lift the left arm up, beam the heart up to the sky. As you're ready, come back, down dog split. Exhale, let's come to downward facing dog. If you'd like to move through a vinyasa, inhale, high plank. Exhale, with or without your knees, lower down. Over the toes, point the feet. Shoulders down, heart rising, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a high plank pose. Get your right hand slightly forward of your armpit and see about rolling onto the right outer hip. So coming into plank pose, you're welcome to bring the right knee down like we started. So you could come into this plank with the knee down, kickstand plank, or not. Left arm up, tailbone long. Maybe you lift the left foot up. You could again reach for the foot and press the foot back, or find like a tree pose variation. Nice. Bring that hand down, foot down, come back to plank pose. Let's come to downward dog for a moment. Inhale to high plank. Maybe your left hand moves slightly toward the middle, slightly forward of the armpit. Roll onto the outer hip. Lift the right arm. Maybe the left knee comes to the ground. Maybe the right leg lifts. You could breathe there. I don't know about bending the knee and reaching for the foot. Or finding like a tree pose variation. Yeah. Inhale, hand down, downward facing dog. Whew. Let's bring both knees to the ground, find a child's pose. Knees narrow or wide. Arms long or alongside the body. Climb up onto hands and knees. Sink your belly, open your collarbones, lift your face, walk your hands forward. Maybe the forehead can come to the floor, maybe the chest and chin can ground. And go ahead and slide forward to lie on your belly. Let's keep the right, let me see, turn this in a little bit. Turn the right arm in, just like halfway on a diagonal. Keep the top of the right foot on the floor, bend the left knee. See if the left hand can find the left foot. Maybe you find the outer ankle. Maybe you can find the inner ankle. Press into this right foot, lift your chest. See if you can lift the left leg off the floor. Lift the left leg, press the left shin. Keep pressing into the right hand. See if you can lift up your heart. Lift the left thigh, press the shin. Exhale, release. Back onto your elbows. Turn the left arm in halfway, bend the right knee. See if the right hand can find the right outer ankle. If you go inner, just make sure your elbow crease face is open. Press into the left hand, lift your chest. See if you can lift the right thigh off the floor and press the shin back. And lift the thigh up and press the shin back. Keep pressing into the left elbow, lifting your heart. And then exhale, release. Let's bring the arms alongside the body. Turn the palms down. You can reach for your outer ankles, or maybe you reach for your inner ankles. If you choose inner, just make sure your elbow creases face open. Lift your thighs off the floor. Press your shins back in space. Maybe you rock a little bit with the breath. If this isn't working for you today for any reason, keep your legs long. Practice Shalabhasana like a boss.
Lift your thighs, press your shins back, beam up your heart. And exhale, let go. Roll over onto your back. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor.
Your heels can come in pretty close to your sitting bones. Your arms are alongside your body. Press your hands and feet down, lift your hips up, find a bridge pose. Lace your hands, make a shelf with your upper outer arms. Your inner thighs roll in, your heart lifts up higher. See if you can pour weight into your right foot. If it's okay on all of your joints, pick up your left foot, cross your left ankle onto your right knee. Let's see if you can lift your hips up higher. Just kind of interesting. Roll the chest, lift the heart. Replace the left foot to the ground, change sides. Right ankle onto left knee. Lift up the hips. Inner thighs down. The more you firm up the leg, and almost like you're sliding the foot away from you, the more you'll feel your quadriceps. Replace the right foot to the floor, move your hands and lower down. Hand on the belly, hand on the heart. You can practice bridge pose again, arms alongside your body, or bring your hands by your ears. Your fingertips point toward your shoulders. If you're coming into upward bow, see if you can ground the knuckles, the fingertips, draw the elbows in, and lift yourself up. Come into upward bow or come back into bridge pose. Wherever you are, roll your upper arms open, lovely. Beam your heart forward, the heart like the sun rising at dawn. Move your heart forward, feel your tailbone reach toward the back of your knees. Yeah, inhale. Stay as long as you like. When you're ready, tuck in your chin and roll down. Yeah, if you still want to stay there, stay there. Yeah, lovely, gorgeous. Whenever you do come down, separate your feet as wide as your mat and windshield wiper your knees. And then draw your knees into your belly. Squeeze them in. Rock a little bit, side to side. Roll your way through one side. Come back up to sitting. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Bring your hands behind you. Feel how your feet press in and your knees stretch out. So it's not so much trying to get the knees to drop, but more pressing the knees straight out. So feet in, knees out. The left hand, lift your left arm up by your left ear, and then cross your left hand onto your right thigh. Not the knee, somewhere on the thigh bone. Press both hands down, get longer, and exhale, twist. It's not the deepest twist, but feel the left rib swivel around. Feet press in, knees press out. The left hand can help anchor the right thigh. Lift your left arm up. Bring your left hand to the floor behind you. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, the right hand crosses onto the left thigh. Both hands down, twist. Look all the way over the left shoulder. Feet in, knees out. Fluff open the armpits, lift up through the tips of the ears. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale the hand to the ground. Let's bring the left knee to the sky and stretch the left leg. Maybe it comes forward at first, but really bring it out to the side. So instead of having the right foot come to the inside top of that thigh, see if you can have the right foot be slightly to the right of the pelvic floor. So flex the long leg, flex the left foot, lift up your ribs, twist toward your bent knee. Fan the collarbones, find your left hand. The left hand or forearm or elbow, find the floor inside of the left knee. Let the left rib swivel toward the sky. Lift the right arm up. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you turn your palm toward the extended foot and reach the arm alongside your ear. Maybe the right hand finds the left foot, the left hand finds the left foot. Crown of the head toward the top of the foot, left ribs around toward the sky. Breathing to massage internal organs. Go ahead and fold over the left leg to whatever degree you can. Feel the right ribs swivel in. Inhale to sit up. Keep your right knee bent. Lift your knee to the sky. Maybe you stretch it forward and then bring it out to the side. Bend your left knee. Bring your left foot to the left of the pelvic floor. Flex your long leg, flex the right foot. Lift your ribs, twist toward your bent knee. Fan the collarbones, find your right hand. Your right hand comes to the ground inside of the right shin. Get lots of length on the side body. You can lift the left arm up, maybe stay here. Maybe turn your palm to the right, reach the arm alongside your ear. Maybe the left hand finds the ball of the right foot, the right hand too. Crown of the head lengthening toward the top of that foot. Keep squeezing the thigh muscles. And go ahead and fold your torso over that right leg as much as you can. Inhale to sit up. Bend your right knee. Find a comfortable cross-legged position. If a blanket or a block or some support is close by, I always encourage you to take it. Sit up. Find the seat that works for you. Maybe it's Siddhasana. Maybe it's Sukhasana. Maybe you love half lotus or would love like a full lotus. So just come to where you feel comfortable. Let's flip the left palm up to face the sky. Rest the back of the left hand on the thigh. Find a Jnana mudra. Link the index finger in. And just let your awareness dance in the palm to perceive, to receive whatever is there. Your right hand comes towards your face. You had it, Amy, exactly. The first two fingers can rest on your forehead. Thumb covers the right nostril, ring finger covers the left. Shoulders down, ears up. Inhale through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale, left side. At the top of the breath, close left. Exhale, right side. Inhale, right side. At the top of the breath, close right. Exhale, left. So keep doing that and see if you could regulate inhale and exhale to be the same duration. So you might count 3 beats or 4 or 6 or whatever. And let yourself be mesmerized by the simplicity and the magic of this breath. We can be so sort of drunk on the obvious that we are immune to the subtle. But this subtlety, this is where maybe you'll discover some magic or some secrets. Not by chasing the obvious, but by settling into the subtle. The next time that you exhale through the left nostril, take your time, no rush. Whenever you do, release your hand back down. You might have both hands in Jnana mudra or both hands empty. letting your presence fill up your being. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and make your way into a Shavasana. Tuck yourself in. Be so kind to your body. Layers, maybe something over your eyes. Take a deep and deliberate and full breath as long as you can, like you could breathe into your toe tips and fingertips and crown of the head. And at the top of the inhale, pause for a moment. Feel the fullness. And then exhale, let the breath rush out of you. And at the bottom of the exhale, if it feels safe, pause for a moment and feel the vastness. And if you enjoy that exercise, do it 2 more times. Pausing at the top of a deep and full breath in. Pausing at the bottom of a deep and full breath out. And then give yourself over completely to surrender. Maybe your subtle awareness can actually feel the pull of gravity. As though the earth herself were holding you, hugging you, cradling you. Not only is this held as the most important pose, it's also known to be the hardest pose to master. It's so hard to let go. To let go of what we want or what we don't want. To let go of our ideas of how things should be or our resistance to how things are. It's so hard to disentangle our true selves from all of the costumes and identities we take on. And yet here you work on releasing your hold on everything that changes. So you might begin to abide in that which is changeless, that eternal aspect of being. Notice that you don't simply hear the bell through your ears, but you feel it through your whole body. Learning the secret language of your body, the language of sensation, the language of breath. Make whatever gestures you like. If you like wiggling, do it. If you prefer staying somewhat still, do it. When you are ready, bend your knees, roll into a little ball on your right side, pause, hug. And build your way back up to sitting, returning to a comfortable cross-legged position. Amidst the continuous cycle of change, there is something that is eternal. Bring your hands to prayer, lift your heart, bow your head. Be so grateful to yourself for carving out this time for yourself. Having listened to your body, maybe appropriate actions become revealed. Right, things you can do to bolster your immune system or just take good care of yourself. I love the definition of listening. True listening is the willingness to be changed by what you hear. So if you've listened to your body, perhaps there's a possibility that you'll shift somehow you relate with it or how you feed yourself or the rest you get. In any event, filled with gratitude, filled with reverence. Let's conclude with the sound of a single Om. Inhale. Drift your arms behind you. Your right hand holds your left wrist. Your left thumb and forefinger touch like an okay sign. Jnana Mudra. Shine your heart to the sky. Smile brightly. Exhale, lead with your heart. Fold forward to seal in your practice. Thank you.